They need to make a plain-sized crock pot to boil the people who buy the newest iPhone every year. Apple could put a rock inside of a box with a lightning port and you would buy that shit.
At a time when people are having all kinds of financial troubles, they're unable to pay their rent, unable to pay their car payment, credit card, groceries, a whole lot of y'all are lining up to buy the new iPhone 17, 17 Pro, 17 Air, and even the 17 Pro Max during a really bad time for the economy and bad time for a lot of you financially. I don't know if this is exactly the best decision you've made all year, but let's take a look and dig into it. Yeah, today we're gonna see some videos about the new iPhone 17 and the cost and how people are justifying it, trade-ins, payment plans, you name it. It's the hottest new thing out. Of course, Apple announcing a new iPhone every year. And I have a 16, I had a 15 Pro Max. I have a 16 Pro Max. Unfortunately, for the first time in my life, I lost my 15 Pro Max earlier this year, so I had to get a new phone. The 17 wasn't out, so I got the 16 Pro Max, and I will keep this phone like I do every other phone for at least 2 to 3 years. I don't upgrade every year. I don't even upgrade sometimes every 2 years. Before the 15, I had like an 11 or 12, so that's my thoughts on it. Don't need to upgrade every single year, but let's check out what some other folks think about the iPhone 17 and spending a whole lot of money that a lot of folks may not have.
They need to make a plain-sized crock pot to boil the people who buy the newest iPhone every year. Apple could put a rock inside of a box with a lightning port and you would buy that shit. Like, you is genuinely the reason why the world put pictures on instructions. Y'all are literal proof that evolution can go in reverse. You want the newest iPhone, but your car not paid off. I know USB-C has been out since 2014 and they called the iPhone 15 revolutionary. Then there's some people on this planet who are so down bad for the newest iPhone, they will finance $1,300 for 24 months. Like, selective extinction needs to become a thing for you. And I already know it's gonna be a in the comments with below a 700 credit score telling me if you broke, just say that. They really just need to seethe you in a big ass crock pot.
Yikes. So he has some language I beeped out there, of course, had to, but he's got some points. There's some people that are high in debt, like a lot of debt, who are buying a iPhone 17, brand new iPhone, and we can jump over and I'll screenshot it for you guys to check it out. These phones start at $799, $800 for the cheapest regular old iPhone 7. Of course, if you add more storage space to that, if you go up to like a 5 or a 1 terabit, you go up like $100, $200, $300. So that regular 17 can go from $800 to $9,000, $11,000, all the way up to the iPhone 17 Pro that starts at $1,099. That's $1,100 and goes all the way for a 2 terabit to $1,999. $2,000. Yet there's people with like 20 grand in student loan debt, and they're like, well, I'm gonna get a $1,000 iPhone because I can finance it, and $1,000 isn't gonna pay off my debt anyway, so I'm just gonna buy one. It's pretty crazy mindset. I get needing a phone, especially if you run a business from a phone, like, and it's a tax write-off and having to have a new phone. But even then, I run a lot of my business from my phone. I don't need a new phone every single year, and typically I pay cash for some of them, and some of them I have financed, but generally I'll put like $500 down on it, and then I'll just have like a $10 payment for a year, or $20 payment for a year, or whatever, right? Because generally I get like $300 or $400 in trade, I give them like $500, so I pay like $800, and then, you know, it's like, oh, you have a $300 balance, 10 bucks a month, right? 20 bucks a month, whatever it amounts to. And that's how I choose to do it, but there's a lot of people that do it a lot differently. Let's keep going.
How often do y'all get a new phone? I have the iPhone 13 and I got T-Mobile, and I am still paying for this phone right now. I probably have like three more payments to pay, and then I'll be done. But the iPhone 15 just came out, and for some reason I feel like every time the new phones come out, I don't know how much more clear the iPhone picture can get. Right now I feel like this is pretty clear to me personally. I wiped the screen off and everything, but I am not getting a new phone. I'm just not. Like, I have a camera, I got an iPad, I can't afford another device. Y'all know I am in debt. I got credit card debt, I have a personal loan with my bank, I have more credit card debt, and then I have student loan debt. I don't have time to keep paying $1,000, $1,500 for a phone every time Apple want to come out with a new phone. I just don't. I don't. I'm so sorry. As soon as my phone bill goes from $115 to about $70, that's where I want it to stay. I'm sorry, I can't buy a new phone every time y'all want to come out with a new phone.
So really great point there. I mean, you're financing a $35, $40 phone sometimes, depending on how much you put into it, how much you spend, your phone bill drops down. That's a good little savings, right? A lot of people do that. Now this video is from the iPhone 15, which was of course 2 years ago, but the point remains, this is the same conversation everybody has every single year about the 16 and now about the 17. And you're spending, when you think about if you buy a new phone every year and then have to pay the financing for it, you're spending an extra $1,000 to $1,100, $1,200. That's $100 a month essentially if you pay it off in a year. So that's a good little bill, right? So think about it that way when you go out and spend that. Think about what you could do with that $1,000. That's several months of groceries, several months of utilities, electric, right? If your electric water is $200-$300, that's 3 months of those bills. That's a couple months of your car insurance. If you have $200 car insurance, that's 5 months. Just think about it in that term. Don't get a new phone every year. Consumerism and these companies stay in business because of people just constantly need. You don't need, you want. If you didn't, you wouldn't keep them in business, and they know it. So they always come out with new colors and new features and new everything. Don't fall for the trap, guys. All right, let's talk about the financing options, because this is one of the important things in the way that people get these phones by doing this $30, $40 a month plan and not having to spend that $1,100 up front. You give them $80 for the tax, you have a $1,200 bill, which is $100 a month, but they let you do it for 2 months, so it's $50. You get a couple hundred in your trade-in, so let's say instead of 12, you're down to 900, and they're like, oh, well, 900 over a year, well, that's like, $75 a month, but we're gonna do it for 2 years, so now you get to only have to pay $35 or $36, right? Let's check out, this lady breaks it down pretty well, and something to think about when you're going to one of these stores and one of these Apple stores or iPhone, Verizon or T-Mobile or whatever, AT&T, and you're trying to finance. Check out what she says.
Being able to finance a phone for 36 months, which is 3 years, tells us a few things. Companies know that phones are getting more expensive, but they also know that people will buy the phones if the monthly installments feel low enough. So an $1,100 phone will cost you $30 a month for 3 years, but keep in mind, the phone didn't get cheaper. Your commitment to how long you're going to pay just got longer. So for 3 years, your monthly bill will be higher, but also keep in mind the other things that you might be paying installments on. Your children's phone, other phones, headphones, Apple Watches, they all start to add up. So when I ask people how much their phone bill is, they never truly know because they have so many add-ons on it. What this does is that it keeps you with that company longer. When you have a paid-off phone, you're able to jump to another company when you find a cheaper phone bill. But here, you would have to pay off every single installment you have in full before they release the phone for you to be able to use with any other company. So let me know in the comments, do you think it's beneficial to you as the customer to be locked into a phone plan for 36 months, or do you really think it's more beneficial to the company?
So it's sort of beneficial to the cell phone company because they're going to guarantee that you're going to keep paying a monthly thing. But as far as buying the iPhone, if you finance it for 2 years or 3 years, that's actually kind of good because now you're guaranteeing you got to keep paying that phone off for 2-3 years. You're not going to want to upgrade in a year because you still owe a balance. And then even in 2 years when you pay it off, maybe you want to upgrade. If you do it for 3 years, which I think is crazy, you're talking about like half a car, right? I wouldn't do that. 2 years max, 1 year better. But you're guaranteeing that you have to keep making those payments on the phone and so that you will not buy a new phone. As far as having to pay a cell phone bill, all of us have to pay a cell phone bill. That's not going to go anywhere, right? You're not going to get rid of your phone. So you're still going to be paying a bill. So that doesn't matter. That's sort of a wash. But I just think it's a good idea to finance because then you're just kind of mentally prepping yourself saying, okay, I'm going to have this phone for 2 years, maybe 3 years, so you don't go buy a new one. So if you buy a new phone every year for 3 years, you're spending $3,600. But if you finance your phone, you're only spending $1,200 or $1,100, whatever it is, right? So that's kind of my mentality on that one. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. All right, this next guy I tend not to agree with. So the financing of a phone, I don't have that big of a problem with. He's saying if you can't pay cash for the phone, you can't afford it, which is not necessarily true. I finance phones plenty. I can go drop $1,000 on a phone tomorrow, but it's just the point that it's 0%, right? Like it's 0% interest. If there's no interest, I've got no problem with it. Listen to what he says and then tell me if you agree with this in the comment section or not, because I tend to disagree with this guy.
So I just picked up my new iPhone 17 Pro Max, and it's nice. It's got all the features and all the gimmicks and stuff. But the thing is about it is that I buy my phones in cash because I go with the mindset that if I can't afford it up front, I shouldn't be financing it. There's nothing wrong with financing things. But if you have to finance a brand new iPhone for $24 a month for 2 years, 3 years, whatever you end up doing, you have other things to worry about in life. You need to get your money up, unfortunately. You shouldn't be financing anything in life besides homes and cars. That's it. And don't even get me started if you're financing freaking clothes with a firm. I'm going to
Cars, houses, obviously we finance all of that. There's other things that are fine to finance. If you get a 0% financing on something like a phone, or let's say you buy a couch. We've always bought furniture. When we moved into this house, we sold our other house and got tons of money from the sale of the house, like 6 figures, multiple 6 figures. And we went out and paid cash for a bunch of furniture. But there was one deal that was like 0% interest. It's where we spent the most of our money. It was 1 year, no interest. And I think we spent $10,000, right? And so essentially that's like $800 a month. Well, I put $5,000 down on it. I financed the 5 because I just wanted the card from this company in the event that I ever bought anything else from them and could take advantage of deals. So we made a $400 payment a month for 12 months. $4,800 was the balance, $4,900, whatever it was. And at the end of the year, we had a 0 balance, 0 interest. We paid the same amount of money for the furniture that we would have paid if we paid cash. And I was able to get a credit card with that company, which I still have to this day. It's in this drawer. We have not used it. And I think I got like a $10,000 limit on that card, nothing major. And it's just an open card with a balance of 0 that allows me to have available credit. So my overall credit usage is lower, which helps my credit score, right? Helps my credit stay up where it is. And in the event that we ever come across, they always send us stuff like, hey, we're doing, for card members, we're doing some furniture, like in the event that we need to buy a new bed or something, I don't know, $5,000, $7,000. And they're like, hey, we're going to do another year-long interest-free and I need to buy a new bed. I could take that card, go down there, swipe it, get my new bed, and then do the same thing that I did before and make $300, $400 a month payments, right? And so it's just having it available and there, right? It wasn't because I had to, it was because I wanted to. It's because I needed to have that open line of credit to just build up more and more credit, right? And with Apple, you're not building up credit, but you are getting a phone interest-free, so why not leverage other people's money? You take that same $1,000 and make money on it rather than just handing it over to Apple. This is, a lot of people say that about like, a car that I get at 1% interest. Why would I go spend $50,000 in cash on a car when I can get it for 1.9% interest or whatever it was, and the interest cost me $50 or $100 a month? If I gave them the $50,000 I own the car, save that $100, or I put the $50,000 into my bank account and I make that make money, I put it to work, which most people don't do, but if you do, then you're making more money than what the interest is costing you. Finance the car, don't pay cash for it. It's not because you can't pay cash, it's because it's a smarter move to leverage the money. Does everybody understand what I'm getting at there? All right, let's finish up the video taking a look at the official iPhone 17 lineup, which they have right there, of course, on the screen. Here we go. Here it is. I'll throw it up there. We got an iPhone 17, a 17 iPhone Air, and then the iPhone 17 Pro. And so you can just click on the buy button. We'll take a look at all 3 of these with the options. And of course, if you scroll down, there's the 16, which is what I have right now. If you scroll down, they give you the guided tour. You can check all that sort of stuff out. But this is the regular 17. And so this one comes in that lavender, the sage color, the mist blue, the white, and of course the black. And then you got a 256, which is $800, and you got a 512, which is $1,000. Your trade-in here is $40 to $700. So if I traded in my phone right now, I'd get $700 for it because I have an iPhone 16 Pro Max with 512 gigs. So I have one of the biggest phones that they had. They'll give me $600-700, and so I would only have to pay a couple $100 difference if I got a 17 Pro Max. You can buy it, you can finance it, or you can do the Apple upgrade plan. You choose your character or your carrier, all that good stuff, right? So that's the 17. The 17 or the Air, the iPhone Air, of course. This one goes 1,000, 1,200, and 1,400. That's 256, 512, and 1 terabit. And of course, you can get sky blue, light gold, cloud white, or space black. And then here's the big boy, the 17 Pro or Pro Max. They're $1,099 or $1,199, right? And so these come in 3 colors. These are going to come in that silver that you see. They're going to come in this new cosmic orange, and they're going to come in that deep blue. Cosmic orange, definitely the phone color of the year, of the season. Everybody loves it. And then your 256 is that 1,200 we talked about. That 512 is 14. That 1 terabit is 16, and that 2 terabit is $2,000. Look at this. I don't think I've ever needed 2 terabits of space. Even 1 terabit is a lot. I run around with 512 all day long and it's no problem. If I put my $700 down, I would have a $700 bill plus taxes. But so essentially, for 24 months, if I did 700 divided by 24 months, you're looking at 29. I'd be about $30 a month to buy that phone. Interest free. No problem at all. You can select your smartphone. You choose, like I have a 16 Pro Max, it's in good condition. It's, if I'm going to finance it, it's $29.12 for 24 months after the trade-in. You can do all the extra stuff. So there you go. That's your iPhone 17 Pro. If you're in debt, if you got a lot of problems going on, a lot of money, please don't purchase a new phone. Keep the one you have unless it's got serious problems. Wait to upgrade. Next year will be another one. You can buy the 18. They're probably going to come out with the iPhone Fold. Do not waste your money every single year on these new iPhones. It is unnecessary. You shouldn't be buying a new phone, but maybe every 2 years, 3 is better. That's what I would recommend, is 3 years. I just got this phone in April, May, whatever it was. So I've only had this phone June, July, August, September, almost 5 months. I will no way buy a phone next year. And in 2027, when we're having this talk and I'm 2 years and 2.5 years into the phone, maybe I'll consider it in 27, maybe 28. I don't know. We'll see, unless something happens to this phone. But that's my thoughts. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below, especially if you have financial issues. Stay away from spending any more money than you have to. Save your money, put it away in the bank, put it away somewhere, and be prepared in case an emergency happens. As always, thank you guys for watching these videos and hitting that like button. I see a bunch of you hitting that like button. And subscribe to the channel. When we hit 150,000 subscribers, which is only about 2,000 away, I'm going to hit 148 any day now. I'll do a giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you like this channel and this video. And I will see everyone next time.